What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin Tuesdays, man. Man, we got so much to talk about tonight. September is here, and it came in with a bang. And you know what, man? We've been waiting on you. So today we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about why we are inspired, why we are not scared, why we are not fearful, but why this is the moment that we truly been waiting for. And why is that? Because this is the time where we get to quadruple our network. I think a smart man a smart man and woman learns from the past. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the wealthiest, smartest men of the world asked God for wisdom and understanding, not riches. Because what we got to understand is that the riches come and go. The riches are a byproduct of a system. But the understanding and the wisdom was vital so that he can sustain, so that when everybody else was panicking, he could thrive. And so what I want y'all to understand that the famine shouldn't be feared. The famine is the bridge to prosperity. And most people can't see that because in the midst of the famine, in the midst of the drought, all they're thinking about is what they see in the moment. But if we can take a minute to just step back and say, yo, this is the cycle that is necessary. The market ain't doing nothing that it hasn't done before. So you go through 6 weeks of downturn, and then you get 4 weeks of upturn, and then you run into September. Is that time for us to panic? I would think not. I would think not. Okay, yeah, your account gonna fluctuate right now, but guess what, y'all? Freedom is expensive. And the expense don't always mean the price tag financially. The expense can be what is it costing you to not identify the environment we in? What is it costing you not to pay attention to the past mistakes that you've made? What is it costing you for disregarding what you see? What is it costing you for being greedy? What is it costing you not paying attention? What is it costing you trying to go with your emotion and not with the data? What is it costing you I want to put my last here? What is it like? The freedom is not expensive, but the expense is not always monetary. Sometimes the interest is what costs us the most. It's the interest that we pay for not doing the homework. It's the interest that we pay for not even investing. It's the interest that we pay for not adapting to what it is that's going on. Freedom is not expensive. I mean, freedom is expensive, but the interest is where the taxation happens at. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to help guide us. I want to help. That's my goal. That's my mission. My mission is to never say, yo, we're not going to lose money. Like, show me somebody that ain't never lost a little money in the market. Right? Show me somebody. Show me that person. Like, Floyd is 50-0 and fighting, but show me an investor that ain't lost some money. Oh, let's go to Warren Buffett, the one who told us, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, follow rule 1. Guess how much money he's lost on the journey? You think you exempt? That's the greatest investor of all time. Bill Ackman, one of my favorite investors, turned $200 million to $2.6 billion in one play. Guess what? Right after that, guess what he did? Lost $450 million on a Netflix play. It's part of the game. So if you hear and you think that you're not gonna lose some money, I got a rude awakening for you. Guess what? If you cashed all your chips in on NVIDIA and it slid down, guess what? It's part of the game. But what you cannot do is allow the people on the outside to put their fear on you. What you cannot do is let somebody that say, what is it looking like now for you? Ask them, what does it look like for them all year? What does it look like for them all year? What is their life like? Right? So when somebody tell you that, I'm still winning. It's part of the game. See, because what we've learned on the journey is people are real quiet when you winning. Only winners celebrate winners when they winning. You know why? Because they understand that your wins don't affect them. So winners celebrate winners when they win. But guess who come out when you lose a little money? You know why? Because they want you to be doing as bad as them. They say, yo, you know why people always say it's not crowded at the top? It's not that there's not a lot of people at the top. There's a lot of people at the top. But what happens at the top is everybody understand their lane. And when you understand your lane at the top, there's always room for more people. I can always move a little furniture around. Guess why? Because winners won't be around winners. Greatness want to be around greatness. Success wants to be around success. You know why? Because we all understand that there's an idea I can get from this person. There's an idea I can get from this person. This person can tweak that thing I'm doing. So they love that. But guess what the naysayers? That's why it's so crowded at the bottom. It ain't crowded because people want to be there. What happens is nobody wants a person to be better than them at the bottom. Nobody wants to feel like this person is leaving me at the bottom. So at the bottom, everybody pulling and tugging for everybody to stay down there with them. So I promise you, if you're making a little money and if you're going through a little something right now, don't worry about the people at the bottom. Have a top mentality. Have a victorious mentality. Because I promise you this. I promise you this. This little downturn in the market that we're going to go through in September, that we went through last September, that we went through the September before that we went through the September before that, and that we went through the September before that, and that we went through the September before that, guess what we know for sure? We just pay attention to the data. It says that November, December, January are just better months in the market. And guess what happens when you running that checkup on them then? They're going to scroll past your page. They're not going to come into the comments and say nothing. They're not going to DM you and say nothing to you then. They're not going to say, let me see your account now. They're not going to say how much you investing now. They're not going to say you following this person. They're not going to say that. You know why? Because the success silences the hate. They can only hate when you're losing or when it appears that you're taking the loss. But when you win it, success is expensive. Freedom is expensive. There's an expense to freedom. And you got to be willing to pay the price, not just once. The expensiveness of freedom is that you got to keep paying for it. Man, expensive freedom. Whenever you ever seen somebody attain something in life that was easy? Whenever you ever seen somebody make great accomplishments, do great things in the world, that was cheap. When? It don't exist. The hard work not only pays off, but it pays dividends. Expensive freedom, y'all. But the great thing about expensive freedom is this. There's always a period of time where you can get it on a discount. Expensive freedom, y'all. If we stay in the game long enough, there's always a period of time. There's always a small window where we can get the freedom on a discount. But what we got to understand is we got to be patient enough to get the discount. We got to drown out the noise so we can take advantage of the discount. We got to actively be engaging in the idea of freedom so that when we see it's on discount, we don't just take advantage of the discount, we double down on the discount. We put all our chips on the table when it's on a discount. We sacrifice everything we got when it's on a discount. We don't negotiate with it. We don't tiptoe around it. We go all in. I'm thinking about this idea of like what it would be like to be a slave. And then the person who I was with decides they about to go for it. And they come to me and say, Trap, I'm going for it. And I come up with a million reasons on why I'm not going for it. And I come to find out one day that they made it. Guess what the interest payment on that is? Most people today are living with the interest payments of doubt. Most people today are living with the interest payments of regret. Most people today are living with the interest payments of what they should have done when the opportunity presented itself, but they ain't do it. And so today I ask you, don't be the person paying interest payment on the freedom that you could have got at a discount. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. Episode 109. We in the building, man. Let's go, man. Jose, how we feeling, bro?
Man,
Jose, how we feeling?
Man, feeling good. You know what we need, though?
What we need?
A shoe cam.
A shoe cam.
Shoe cam.
Why do we need a shoe cam, Jose?
Bro, the ones you got on today, bro.
Oh, my God, bro.
Stop playing. Every time.
A shoe cam, dog?
Shoe cam. Trap shoe cam, bro.
Man, you tripping.
Okay. I'm trying to told you.
What we gonna do with that, bro?
Just so people, again, it's inspiration, baby.
For inspiration?
Inspiration purposes only. Motivational.
I don't agree with that, dog. I don't agree with that, man. So today we got a good show ahead of us today, Jose, bro.
Yep.
We got an amazing show. Can I talk about a little bit of my weekend? So I had a great weekend this weekend, man. Went to Houston for a minute. That was real dope. And then I went to see my daughter. New Orleans to see my daughter was so amazing, man.
Man, y'all was living it up.
Just getting to see her. Getting to spend time with her. Man, it just does something to my heart, man. As a father who has, let me say this, Jose. So all my life, bro, I've never been equipped to show emotion. My whole life. It's been like that.
I see we about to go deep today.
We don't go too deep.
We did deep last week. We do it.
Yeah,
again.
we breeze over today, right? So all my life I haven't been equipped to show emotion. And for the greater part of my life, Jose, that served me to survive. Because emotion isn't always, emotion can be a weakness when you come from what I come from. And it became something that I've been able to move past. Like I've been able to wrap situations up and like compartmentalize may be the word I'm looking for here. Like being able to compartmentalize that, I don't need to be loved in this environment. Right? And it's not saying that you never wanted to be loved. It's saying that being loved wasn't something that you looked for because you rather be respected, even feared in certain situations. Right? Now I'm not saying I was ever feared at all, but I was respected. And I come from a city where you have to gain that. It's not given to you. And so having my daughter opened me up to a tsunami of emotions that I didn't know existed within me. And so I was willing to, out the gate, make sacrifices for her. I was out the gate willing to, like, I had worked so hard to get to Atlanta in 2015. I had my daughter in 2016. By 2017, I had to move back. Early 2018, I had to move back. Why? Because I couldn't fathom the idea of trying to father a newborn from Atlanta in New Orleans. I couldn't deal with that idea. And so I tried for a minute to get my daughter's mom. She was coming back and forth. Salute to her. She would come to Atlanta. We wouldn't even, like, we was on it wasn't none of the hanky-panky. It was like, like, I'm with my child. And so she would do something great, man. She would come. She would cook. And she would make that sacrifice for me to be with my daughter. And that's why I could never understand how there are men. Everybody's situation is different. But I can't understand for the life of me how there is men with children who will not fight for them. I don't understand it. I can't grasp it because even though I never had a father, and when I say I never have, I don't know what it's like to call a man daddy. Ever. Father. Whatever you want to do it. But the minute I saw her, it clicked on. There was no second guessing this. And so I made every sacrifice. Right? And her mama told me one thing. And I never forget this. I called one day, Jose, and I said, what Shorty need? And she said to me, you don't never have to call me and ask me what she needs. She said she a newborn. She need milk all the time. She need Pampers all the time. She need clothes all the time. Like all the time. She just got here. You may change your stuff out here and there, but she need them all the time. And bro, from that moment, she's never had to ask me for anything. Why did I say that? Because as the years passed, I kept the same mindset. I kept the same philosophy. If she has to ask me on the necessities, I'm already too late. You feel me? Like, now if she going on a trip or something I don't know about, that's cool. But if she got to ask me for the necessities, I'm already too late. I'm slipping. I've let life get in front of me. I've let life overwhelm me. And it's just me. This is not me talking about no other man. This saying my perspective on fatherhood. And so I remember, Jose, when I had the idea of starting this journey of being an educator, being a teacher. And I remember when I quit my job, bro, I asked, after I quit the job, the first person I called was my daughter's mother. And I said, check this out. I'm about to quit this job, which I hadn't already quit. I said, but I need you to do me a favor. She said, what's up? I said, because at the time I was sending her probably like $500 a week. You know what I'm saying? I was getting paid really good, you know, doing welding, doing iron work. It's probably sending about $500 a week, give or take. I don't want her to see this and be like, nigga, you lying. You know, give or take. Between 400, 500.
Send the receipts.
Yeah, nothing less than 400. You know what I'm saying? But if we did a 712 that week, she get 5, 6. If I did a 50 hours, she get 4. You know what I'm saying? You know, she been held me to the 4. It said 4 this week. You know what I'm saying?
That overtime was very good.
But I remember my call because I was sending her that and I was paying for nursery. So my daughter been in nursery since she was 9 months. And I remember my first skepticism was I called her and I said, I need you to do me a favor. She was like, what's up? I said, here, listen. I said, I'm about to quit this job. I'm not going to be able to send you the full $500 every week, but I'm going to still pay for nursery. I said, but I just need you to give me about 6 to 8 months. And I jumped back on track. By then I said I should have it together. She was like, man, go ahead, I got you. No, real talk. She was on some gangster shit.
Super gangster. Right?
She was like, I got you. She's like, you quitting a job to teach or you quitting a job to do something else? I said, nah, I'm about to go all in on this education. I want to show people what I'm doing. Because I had been showing her what I was doing. And she was like, bro, you need to set me up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to set Leah up. I ain't going to set you up. I set you up later. I was still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't set you up.
At least you believe, though.
I'm going to set my daughter. Yeah, you set yourself up. I'll show you how to set the account up. You know? I'm joking, but it's still love. And so that meant a lot to me. And why am I saying that? Because I felt like in life, that was one of the only times, and I'm not saying it's the only time ever, right? Because one of the things that G-Mama, my cousin George right here, his mama did something that was gained from when I first came home from prison. My auntie, who told me to come live with her when I came home from prison, put me out 2 weeks later for no reason. And George's mama, my great aunt, said, come sleep on the sofa. So I was accustomed to sleeping on the sofa. You know, I got a story for the sofas I done slept on. And so that was one time when my daughter mama did that I truly felt that somebody cared for me. And that somebody believed in me. And so for that alone, it was honorable. It was honorable. And we had ups and downs in that relationship. But because how she held on, because she believed in me in that moment, it went a long way with me. So when they moved, I fought to get them to Atlanta. Hear me, I fought. When I say fought, I don't mean like physically fought. I mean consistently, you know, hey, take the dude Y chart, take him out the comments, Jeremy. So I fought consistently to like just block him from the channel. So I fought consistently to just praying to get them out here. You know what I'm saying? And so it hurt me when they went back to to New Orleans, because I felt like I had provided them with the ultimate life. And I was proud of that. And so I hadn't seen my daughter in a month since they moved back. And it wasn't because her mama kept her from me or nothing like that. It was because I just was moving. And so, bro, when I went and saw my daughter this weekend, Jose, bro, my heart melted. My heart melted, dog. Because when they moved here, I never thought I would go a month without seeing her. I never thought I would go a month without seeing her. And of course, I had some other things going on in my life, bro, where, emotionally, I just was, I'm in a transition in my life, dog. I'm head first into therapy. I had a goddamn talk with George today that almost had me in tears. And I feel like therapy has unlocked something in me, bro, that I do not like. No, it's real talk. Don't laugh at me.
That's real.
I feel like this crap has unlocked something in me that I do not like. And what I do not like about this is that I feel emotion, bro.
I say welcome.
No, bro, like.
We've been here for a while. Me and George, we've been here for a while. Welcome to this side.
No, bro, like I've been feeling emotion that I have not felt ever in my life, bro. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is this?
That growth.
And so for men, I want us to understand, bro, like, before we get into stocks and all that, like our superpower as men comes from three things. God first, our ability to provide, and our ability to protect. That's where we feel like our superpower comes from. But we don't realize is that the ability to have vulnerable moments is what truly sets us apart. And I remember I told my therapist this morning, and Jose, you're going to have to bleep this out. I said, man, I feel like a bitch ass nigga. I feel like a pussy. He was like, why would you feel like that? I said, bro, you know I done been shot. I had 2 bullets that went through my leg. 1 through my hip. I done been stabbed twice. I done been hit in the forehead and in the mouth with a lock in prison. I done been in the same cell with somebody who threw gasoline on a dude, bro. And I didn't scream not one time because I understood if I scream, I'm being a pussy. So we gotta say, hey, Sarge, I gotta say it with the calmest voice. Hey, Sarge, man, this dude on fire up in here. No, real talk. No, real talk. No, real talk. I gotta say this with the calmest voice. Hey, Sarge, like he in here hollering. Ah! And I'm gonna tell you something. If you ain't never smelled flesh before,
that's crazy.
It's a smell that takes a long time to get rid of.
You know you never told me that story.
No, bro. The dude in the cell with me. So I'm like, hey, Sarge, imagine that. This dude on fire. He throwing the toilet water on it. I'm like, hey, Sarge, hey, my man on fire up in here. So imagine me in this moment. I'm like, bro, I done been through all this in my life. Bro, I done almost been put inside a trunk before. And even in that moment, I wasn't like screaming. I'm like, oh, I gotta get up out of here. But in this moment, bro, I'm like, bro, like, I feel so vulnerable. And it is completely new to me.
Is it scarier than them other experiences?
It is the scariest thing so the scariest thing in my life ever was going to trial.
Mm-hmm.
It's the scariest thing. Bro, I done been in a situation where I done been almost killed a couple times, and I'd accepted that reality. Like, damn, I'm about to go out like this. Because you know what you sign up for. But bro, for this, you don't even know what you sign up for. Now, here's what I will say about this. it has now opened me up to the idea that I can love. And that was something, Jose, I did not think I was capable of.
That's real. That's real.
At 42 years old, bro, I've never, until recently, told a woman that I love her. I've never told a woman like, yo, I love you. 42 years of my life, dog. I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think that was humanly possible for me. In my mind, I was like, yo, I'm just going to be an old rich nigga. And so for me to be in this space, bro, therapy it is necessary for especially all men, but it is especially men who've been through trauma, traumatic experiences, bro. Because what happens in life is, bro, we go through life so calloused. We go through life so our superpower is getting money. Our superpower is providing. Our superpower is breaking through walls. Our superpower is, bro, what I can't do, I'm going to do that. That's our superpower in life. Figuring situations out, especially if our daughters or if our sons or if our families are attached to it, the purpose now gets bigger than us. And so the only thing we got to do now is the purpose is bigger than us, we become unstoppable. When a purpose is bigger than the man, when he can make a purpose bigger than him, he becomes unstoppable. And what he does is, and what we do as men is we start saying, yo, I don't need feelings. I worry about feelings later, yo. The goal got to get done. The mission got to get done. Shorty got to eat. This got to eat. We got to have roof over our head. We got to put clothes on our back. Christmas got to get taken care of. Birthdays got to come up. Moving got to happen. You feel all that weight on your shoulders as a man because your superpower, as you've been told, is to provide and to protect. Your superpower is never told that my superpower is to love. That has never been our superpower. That has never been the thing that we have been told to do. And so, bro, therapy has opened me up to some feelings, bro, that I am flabbergasted that I have. But also, I am scared to death. And I am scared to death, bro, because now at this age, vulnerability is at the forefront of my life. Being vulnerable now is at the forefront of my life. Think about this, bro. Like, I can lose $1 million and it don't matter. I can look at a $200,000 loss, a $300,000 loss, bro, and it don't shake me. Bro, but the idea, I'm about to say this, the idea of loving somebody, oh my God. The idea of that, the idea of what you have to become, the idea of what you have to expose yourself to, even more so the idea of them not loving you back. The idea of questioning, do they love me the same way? This is the thing that we have no earthly idea of how to navigate through. This is the idea as men, how we evolve. This is how we become better fathers, but also, bruh, as men, this is how we heal our community. Because our communities are full of women with love, but they're not full of men with love. They're full of men that provide. They're full of men that protect, but they're not full of men that love. And it's a new experience. It's a new chapter. And so the next thing we navigate is, how do I navigate the idea of loving and protecting? How do I navigate the idea of loving and providing? So now we enter a whole new realm of manhood. And so when we talk about wealth and we talk about building legacy, I'll be honest with you, man. None of that matters if we don't learn how to love. Because the last thing I want is my daughter to say, my daddy provided for me, but I don't know if he really loved me. He bought me all the stuff he was supposed to buy. I never went without, but I can't tell you what that love felt like. And I don't want to die in this world wealthy without a partner, because there's no such thing as legacy with just me. So there's a last name that got to be attached to that. There's a partner. There's kids. There's family SOPs. There's wills. There's trust. There's assets. That is the triangle of building wealth, and we gotta have love in there. And so as a man who has represented, just being gangster, because it's all I knew, and it's all I come from, and it's the foundation of who I am. I'm saying that this part of my journey is the hardest, because the heart posture has changed. And every day I peel back a layer, every day I expose it to something else, there's an immense amount of excitement, and there's an immense amount of fear. And the hardest part is telling myself, do not retreat. The hardest part of the journey is saying, do not retreat. My cuz told me something today, and it's really the thing that made me tear up. He said, my nigga, don't fall back. Because I know you. I've been knowing you since you was a child. You only live in two extremes. You either all in or you all out. And I would rather you be all in, because if you all out, you negate all the work you've done. I love you for that, cuz. Because that was a real live situation for me. He said, bro, if you fall back, you negate all the work you've done. And you revert right back to the same person, and now we got to start all over again. And so I want to tell my cuz, thank you for that. Because in my heart of hearts, I wanted to retreat. In my heart of hearts, I didn't want to go. I didn't want, let me out. But it took my cuz, somebody who's himself working on his own self, to say, cuz, if you retreat, it's the worst thing you could do. So I want to tell all the fellas before we get into talking about stocks, man, do not retreat. Do not retreat. So many people are gonna benefit from you showing up. So many people are going to benefit from you showing up. When you show up, you don't realize who you help break free. When you show up, you don't realize who you show this is what love is. They've seen mama love. They've seen grandmother love. They've seen auntie love. They've seen, great grandma love. They've seen everybody love but you. So fellas, don't retreat. Show up. Show up. I know it hurt. I know it make you feel weak. I know you ain't the best communicator. I know you quick to say it is what it is. This is how I am. I've been like this. I get it. I said it all to myself. Show up, fellas. Because when you show up, you shift the whole trajectory of the family. When you show up, you make your girl feel like she's heard. When you show up, you make your wife feel like she's loved. When you show up, you show your daughters that she got somebody to talk to. When you show up, you show your son that it's okay to have some emotion. When you show up, you now set the tone that emotion is okay. When you show up, when you cry, you let them know it is okay. When you show up, your love is now what makes that house complete. When you show up, your love make those meals taste that much better. When you show up, those conversations get easier and easier to have. Because you don't know how many conversations not being had because you can't show emotion. And nobody wants to pour their emotions out to a rock. Nobody wants to pour their emotions out to a zombie. Nobody wants to pour their emotions out to somebody. All they know how to do is play the game. All they know how to do is make money. So let the love be your kryptonite, but in a good way. And I promise you, y'all, getting money is the easy part. Getting money, I promise you, fellas, getting money is the easy part. Innately, we gonna do that. It's the love that we don't know how to show. That's the hard part. And I promise you, once we get the hard part, divorces don't become as easy to go about. Once we get the love part, watch this. Cheating don't become the thing that's so easy to do. Because when you love somebody the right way, immediately you understand that me doing this is not me loving them. So I'm just saying, before we get to stocks, man, fellas, man, let's show up with some love. And let's make that our new norm. Trappin' Tuesdays, man, episode 109, Jose. Got my guy Ed in the building. What's up, bro? My dog got my mentor right hand next to me, man. They gonna be the reason I'm gonna be worth $100 million. For sure. So, Jose, we got a lot to talk about today, dog.
And you just gonna dump everybody off again. That's how we gonna do. Gonna lift them up, get them high in the spirit, and then it's like, all right, let's get to these stocks. Just, like, get out. Get out.
I told you our superpower is making money, dog. That's our superpower.
Yeah, leave, bro.
Our superpower is making money, dog.
Gotta let people fan off or something.
All right, cool. We get a little.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to people.
Shout out to the
people. They wiping their face and everything.
Okay. Let's shout out to people. All right, quick. So we got Rams in the building. We got Smooth D in the building. Natasha Y. Phoenix in the building. We got Frank Roach in the building. We got Jay Johnson in the building. We got Terrence A in the building. Shazam X is in the building. Larry 8 is in the building. Dancing Diamonds is in the building. Lady MG is in the building. We got L in the building. Matt Clayton in the building. Dancing Diamonds in the building. Tori Simmons in the building, for sure. Roxanne is in the building. AOD is in the building. Lamar Lewis is in the building. Marcus Dixon is in the building. Mike Lowry is in the building. C. Bush is in the building. We got everybody in the building. We got the mob up in here, Jose. How you feel now?
That's good right there.
That's a little better?
That. I appreciate that.
All right, golly, dog. Don't put me in that. Why my mama text me and say I'm in tears?
Everybody was like mama in the chat.
I love you, Mom. My mama texts me and say, I'm loving this, son. I'm in tears. Now, I wonder why you in tears, Mom.
Wait, I'm not even, yep.
I wonder why my mama in tears.
Because she emotional. She vulnerable.
She vulnerable?
Yeah.
Oh, she happy for the growth. Yeah. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure. Listen, I'm navigating through this situation, man. I am navigating through this situation, man. So, I love you, Ma. So, shout out to my mama, man. Shout out to my daughter, because I know she's looking. She told me, Daddy, I'm watching Trap Tuesday every week. So, all right, Jose, let's get to our mantra, bro, before we get into the day. Let's get into our mantra. Let's get to this money, man. Let's get to this money. Again, let's get to our superpower. Right? That's our superpower. Get into this money, fellas. All right, let's get to it, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Jose, why do I feel like that right now? Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile on because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, baby. Hey, where the rest of it at? Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay. We back. Jose, we back.
Got the trap.
Back in the trap, you heard me? Back in the trap. Jose, we got 2,900 people in the chat.
Yeah, tell them to share this thing out. This one was too fire. I've been telling them, but they hear it from you, they're gonna do a little bit.
Man, y'all share this. You know, let's get our usual 35 to 4,000 people in the chat. It's early, Jose. We only 1 hour in.
Bro, you was cooking too much, bro. People need to hear this.
It's okay. So I say thank you, Trap, watching you on this journey and the knowledge you are sharing along the way. May God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to my people for the super chat. I appreciate both of y'all, man. You know, as I get on this journey, man, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was talking to Sean and B. Ramsey earlier, and I was telling them something, Jose, and it was like, you can't allow people to box you in. Shout out to 3K in the chat, man. You can't allow people to box you in. So, we started this journey off because we essentially just, wanted to talk to people about stocks, man. Shout out to Dancing Diamonds, man. You know, we want to talk to people about stocks. We want to talk to people about building wealth. But what has happened is you got to realize, Jose, we've been on this journey now, for me, teaching this since 2017. Right? So that's 2018, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24. That's 7 years I've been on this journey. Right? 7 years I've been pointing to, and that's just on the Instagram side of the journey. You know what I'm saying? The social media part of the journey. And what happens is we're not supposed to be the same after 7 years. Right? We're supposed to be evolved. There's supposed to be essential parts of us that stay the same, but then there's other parts of us that has to grow. And so for me, bro, it's growing in so many other areas. Like, you know, we in the process of buying some real estate right now. We in the process of, you know, me and you, Jose, create another business right now. You know what I'm saying? We're in the process of me just, you know, I'm on this spiritual journey right now. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm on this journey where I truly want to be the best version of myself. And I want to understand like what God has planned for me. Right? And I'm on a journey where I want to be a husband one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a journey where I want to create a family one day. Why? Because I feel like I'm in a place in my life now where the family won't be a struggle, if that makes sense, right? Like some people create families and it's a struggle to make that family thrive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody making unlimited sacrifices. So it's like financially I'm in that place, but now like let me get in that place mentally. Let me get in that place emotionally. Let me get in that place spiritually where I can let God, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the hate that was in my heart at one point and the anger that was in my heart, like we're removing that day by day. And so I want people to see me truly as a black man who come from nothing, who has overcome all of the odds, and not just the odds of like prison, but those emotional odds, those spiritual tides, those, you know, like all of that. And so when they see me, they can be like, damn, like I see bruh, he done evolved. And so if you a 21, 22, 35-year-old man, and you looking at me at 42 and you like, bruh, like I know do a whole journey where maybe I don't gotta wait till 42 till I get there. I can start the journey now because I didn't see that. And so I want that. I want sisters and brothers and wives to see me and be like, yo, let me send my husband to this dude. Let me send my boyfriend to this dude. Let me send my brother. Let me send my brother-in-law because they can learn from him. So when you start taking on that idea of your journey, you start saying, yo, again, this is bigger than just me. And so now it becomes important that I show up. And not saying I'm telling every part of my life, but there's parts of my life that I feel like are important for my audience to know. So they can use that as seeds so they can grow. You feel me? And that's what influence is about, bro. We think influences is just about one thing. Like, I don't want to just influence people with their money, right? Because watch this, Jose. I can help you get some money, but if I ain't help you evolve as a man, I did you a disservice. And the reason why I did you a disservice is because I didn't just get money. I evolved as a man. You feel me? And so that becomes now the primary focus. Let's help him get money, but let's help him evolve. Anyway. Don't get me started. No, I'm trying to wind down. And here you got me back. Let me wind down. I wind down.
Before I had the mic, this is what I was doing. Like, it's incubation, the family.
Where your mic at, dog?
I was on. Oh. It's on now. I'm saying beforehand. The family, you know, let's get on the word on the street.
Yeah, man. Word on the street, man. Let's get to it, man. We an hour in. Tootie is pissed back there. You hear me? Let's get it in, man. Word on the street, man. What we got to talk about? I don't know what that is got going on. You get all kind of text. Don't text me during Trappin Tuesday, man. All right, let's see. Word on the street. Let's get to it, Tootie. All right, whoo. I would have swore that this heat check would have been a lot different today. So now I got to understand what's going on, right? So we got a heat check of 79.79, right? That 5 million calls. You know why I can understand that? I'm going to tell you why I can understand that. You know why I can understand that? Watch this. Just because, watch this. This is about to be good. You about to like this, Sean. Watch this. We understand that calls mean that people are going to be optimistic about the market. And we can understand that puts mean that people are going to do what? Go against the market. But that also doesn't mean, watch this, Sean, that doesn't mean that people aren't selling. So watch this. While sellers are selling, somebody is buying and saying, I'm going to go long. As I look at the data, I'm saying, okay, just because I'm selling does not mean that I'm putting in puts. It just means I'm selling off positions. I'm selling off profits. So we're looking at the heat check. We're looking at the calls and puts that's being placed. So here's what they're saying. Yes, there are 4.2 million puts that got put in. But guess what? With a day like this, there's also 5.2 million calls that got put in. Because it's saying that the market understands this for sure. It understands what? When there's a sale, somebody got to be willing to do what? Take advantage of the sale. It's the great Warren Buffett buy when people are fearful. So while the market is being extremely fearful, we see a 3% decline on the NASDAQ, a 1.7% decline on the Dow, a 2% decline on the S&P. Somebody on the other end saying, yep, while y'all selling all that, we're going to go long on those same on those same puts. Watch this. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised in the next 13F. If you don't know what a 13F is, that's when institutional investors tell you a month later what they've bought last month. Don't be surprised if you see next month and they say Nancy Pelosi bought 100,000 shares, 100,000 calls of such and such that expire in 2026. Don't be surprised at that. You know why? Because the great investors, I wrote this down. I wrote this down right here. It goes perfect for this. Watch what it says. I wrote two quotes down. A great investor is optimistic. A great investor is an optimist who can put up with volatility and uncertainty in extreme moments. I wrote that down, right? A great investor is an optimist who can put up with volatility and uncertainty in extreme moments. That's what makes you a great investor. Okay, I got you. A great investor is an optimist who can put up with volatility and uncertainty in extreme moments. You feel me? So what that's simply saying is when the VIX is high and the market is bloody red, the great investor says, this is my opportunity. This is see, because it's easy for people to be like, yo, and this is what people, I remember the dude told me one day, he said, the reason why you made all that money was because you bought the stock market when it was cheap. I said, bro, like when am I supposed to buy? When it's dirt cheap, I'm supposed to cash all my chips in. Am I right or wrong? And so what I want us to understand is it is in these extreme moments, but we need price points and entry points. It is in these extreme moments because the noise is super loud. I told y'all this. I said, when the market goes on them crazy rallies, you hear nothing about it. But today, you've heard it about 6 times today. Oh, the market has wiped away $560 billion and NVIDIA has wiped away $420 billion in 5 days. That's the noise that's supposed to discourage you from the market. That's the noise. Let's go a little further, Tootie. Here we go. Everything red except for we got financials. We got some healthcare, Verizon. Look at AT&T, Procter & Gamble, Pepsi. Woo! We got blood everywhere. Blood is in the streets. At this point, guess what you can do? You can get premium assets at a discount price right now. You get premium assets at a discount right now. Premium. I'm not talking about regular assets. You get premium assets. Top tier, quality businesses. What are quality businesses? Businesses with great cash flow. Businesses with low debt on the balance sheet. Businesses with good products and services. Businesses with good fundamentals. Businesses with great management teams. Businesses with recurring revenue. Let's go back to the episode when we talk about the golden ticket. Premium assets at discount prices right now. Let's go a little further. Nah, think about this. Listen to me, how in heaven's name, how in heaven's sake, well, all that red today, we saw the market is in greed. But it's the truth. Because we seeing fear and greed in a situation when the market is green. Not realizing the stats don't lie. How the hell do we have 5-point-something million calls today and the market is, because you know what the market is saying? Yes, they are selling. They are selling. But guess what? On the back end, somebody's buying. Somebody's buying. And it's not a typo. Cause when I was like, wait a minute, what? I done refreshed the screen 3 times. What? Bro, this is blood. This is crimson tide red out here today. What is going on here? I'm like, this is crazy. Who's getting smarter? So retail investors don't move the market. So Sean asks, is this a time do we think that like retail investors are getting smarter? And I'll be honest with you, y'all. We don't move the market. We don't got enough money. I'm going to be real with you, bro. And the people going to think I'm lying. And I'm not hating on this dude. At no point in my life do I think Roaring Kitty is the reason why GameStop soared like that. He ain't got enough money. I'm about to say this, and I'm about to he only made $54 million. Listen to this. He only made $54 million. That ain't enough to make a stock go up 400%. I'm going to say that again. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way. He only made $54 million. The people who moved it, we didn't even talk about them. He benefited, don't get me wrong. He had a great eye. That happens. You have a great eye. He saw the play. He believed in it. But there were people. Somebody said hedge funds lost billions. No, they didn't. Only one hedge fund really lost. There was a small hedge fund. Hedge funds is what moved that thing. Retail investors don't got enough money. Bro, we don't got enough money. Think about this, bro. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this real good. Bro, Warren Buffett sold 500 and something billion dollars worth of a company, bro. I want you to listen to that. He sold $500 and something billion worth of a company. Now, let me put this in retrospect. Dude he only made 54 million, not B, million. Bro, these people moving billions. I don't care if all the retail investors and their mama get together. We ain't got enough. Bro, we don't got enough. We don't got enough, bro. Think about this, bro. People living check to check. People, $10,000 in their savings. People working 2 jobs. Let's even go to the middle class. Right? They got a little more. Let's even go to the rich. The rich they letting them do it. So now you talking about, when you talk about retail, you talking about middle class, low income, poverty. We don't got enough, bro. We don't got enough. And that's if all of us invested. You know, only 20% of us moving it. The other one's like, I ain't doing that. I'm straight. Bro, we don't got enough. That's why it's even more important for us to play this game, because this is the great equalizer. This is how we get enough. This is how we get enough. When we play this game, bro, I promise you this. You know what I love about this game? I love this game because you remember we was in the portfolio class. We was in the portfolio class. We saw somebody say, we saw 4 people in there made 7 figures. Maybe about 20, 25 people, maybe 20 people say they made 6 figures. Everybody else was 5 figures and up. Now watch this. How long do you think it take a person that works a job to have 6 figures and 7 figures in the market? Let me reframe that. To make that on a job, to have that to put in the market. That's how this game changed a person's life, bro. Go back to Roaring Kitty. The dude started with, he said, this is my last 50,000. Listen to what he said. He told his wife this. She said, how much you got invested? He said, all of it. She said, what's all of it? He said, the whole 50 grand. He said, the whole 50 grand. And in less than a year's time, he turned 50 grand to 54 million. Now, mind you, that is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But what you can do is, on a consistent basis, you can turn 50 grand to 100,000. That is neat. That you're not even thinking big. We got people in the Patreon that done turned 24,000 to a $250,000. Now he probably done took it back a little bit, but he done turned. Imagine starting with $25,000 and then within a year's time, that's $250,000. Bro, come on, what are we doing here? This is the great equalizer. We started the account with $400,000 in 2022. At peak, it hit 4.8 million. Right now, it's at 3.2 million. Bro, I'm still on house money. How long does it take you to turn 400,000 to 4 million if I'm just working and saving? You feel me? This game is the great equalizer. And then once you mix real estate with it, now you talking about now you ain't paying taxes. Now you really playing a game. And then you start learning other strategies. That's why you gotta go from trying to gamble in the game. This ain't a slot machine. This is a game that truly changes your net worth over time. And that's how we gotta look at the game. So I'm gonna say it again. A good investor is an optimist who can put up with volatility and uncertainty in extreme times. 2, let's go a little further. All right, the people gotta see the money. The people gotta see the money, Jose. Jose, how you feel about right now? You feeling good?
Feeling real good.
All right, we cooking right now. All right, let's go a little further. All right, let's get into it. Let's show the people the money, man. All right, no, we got to go to the first one, too. The first part going to be the Apple. Apple. One more. All right, there we go. All right, so we start off with the Apple because I just like to go in order, Jose. So the Apple play is up. I might get out the Apple calls, Jose. I might get out the Apple calls. Just because, well, the first one I might get out of, because we was up like 20 grand. So they kind of punched us in the face. It don't make no sense to turn, what we not gonna do is turn a green to red. We're not gonna turn a green to a red. We're gonna take our bread and right? So I'm gonna let the Patreon know in the morning. So we still up on both of the Apple calls. The AMAC call is a dud. Now the thing about that call was we sold half of it. We sold half of it when we was up 100 and some percent. So that's the other half. So that's the house getting the house money back. That make sense, Sean? So we took our principal out, but that's the house getting the house money back. So I ain't really mad at that. The Amazon play, I don't know how I feel about the Amazon play. Cause that sector kind of that's the XLK. They really been getting punched in the face, you dig? So I don't know how I feel about that. Other Amazon call is down. That one in January. I don't know how we'll play that, but we'll see what September. We'll see how September ride out. Let's go a little further. All right, so I am pissed off about my AXP call. We fought to finally make that positive. It spanked. But watch this. Our Berkshire play. Come on. All my people in the Patreon that second guess the Berkshire play. If the Berkshire, so I gave 3 plays over the last month that I really liked. Berkshire, AXP, and Eli Lilly. That was our last 3 plays we put in. All of them killing it right now. The CrowdStrike play, man, it just ain't work out for us. Just because of today, we was all right. Then today it just got punished. Okay, General Electric, we like that. We like that. That one fought. We might get out of it. We might take our money and go. Shine. Now watch this. I told y'all last week, once this GEV play hit 10,000, I'm gone. Now what happened was, end of the day Friday, So end of the day Friday, it popped all the way to 21,000. I said, okay, I'm going to get out of it Tuesday. And then today, it just had a hell of a day. But in the morning, I'm getting my GEV card. I'm going about my business. Every time I get to 10,000, it go. I'm not about to play with it. I'm going to take my 12 grand. I'm going to go about my business. KLSC, January call. I don't know how I feel about that one. Anything that's not down 30%, I'm going to see what it do. Right? We ain't just running. Anything that's not down 30%, we'll see what it do. All right. Both our Eli Lilly plays. Come on, man. Legal dope dealer at its finest. You know, we love that. We love a good dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? We pushing P, you hear me? Pushing that pack. Yeah. Pushing that pack. All right, let's go a little further to it. And then we get to the thick of things, all right? I met a call. Bro, that 505 call just been whooping our ass, bro. That 505 call, bro, we got positive on that thing by $5,000. Every time we get positive on that 505 call, it just punch us in the god doggone face. But the 435 call, killer. So we gonna rock that. Netflix, killer. ServiceNow, killer. ServiceNow, killer. I sound like Cam. Killer. Killer. So we got some bangers in there. You know what I'm saying? We got some bangers up in there. Somebody say, Trap, let me see it. There you go. Titus, you said I should have got out of it with you, bro. So Titus and them got out of it as soon as it turned positive. Soon as you know how you be fed up with something? You be like, Titus say, as soon as it turned positive, I'm gone. It turned positive last week. Like a couple weeks ago, they got like whatever it was and got out. You know what I mean? And I was like, bro, we got till. All right, so let's go a little further. And then Murderer's Row. Bang, bang, bang. Bang. Murderer's Row. NVIDIA. Cocksucker. Oh my God. Okay, so we got a March call that is down 121. That's a 120. We got the 30 call, and we got that. So we got it. They punched us in the face. January, February, March, we'll just see though. We ain't running on it. We all right. All right, so the PANW call, remember it was down. Remember the first day it spiked up, and the next day it went down, and then now it's here. So I don't know how I'm gonna do with that. Qualcomm call, dead. Both of my Qs is up. I'm not mad at that. Both of my Qs is up. My SMH is down. Let's go a little further to it. So we all right. So what I might do though is, I'm gonna tell y'all what I might do. I'm gonna just keep it 100% with y'all. I might sell everything that's in the green. So hear me out. Hear my logic behind this. Hear my logic behind this. So because we know September is a bad month, we don't want to turn winners into losers. So the goal is, what I may do is say, hey, let me just sell out, right? While we got some of the house money, let's sell out, take the house money, and then reposition. And I'm going to keep the three. So go back to it. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to keep the SMH. I'm going to sell that Q. I'm going to sell that Q. I'm going to sell that PANW. Go to it. Go back. I'm telling my Patreon people, go back. All right, I'm going to sell my Meta, I might let my lilies run because they all right, because they're not affected. So I'm going to let my lilies run, go back. I'm going to sell my service now, sell my Netflix, go back to it, keep my Berkshire, sell my GE, sell my GEV, keep my lilies, and keep. So all I'm going to have next week going to be 3 NVIDIA plays, a KLAC play. I still got the 2 TSM plays. I'm going to keep my Berkshire. So I'm going to keep the Berkshire. I'm going to keep the lilies. I'm going to keep the AXP. I'm going to keep the AXP. I'm going to keep the Berkshire. I'm going to keep the lilies. I'm going to sell everything else. But I'm going to keep my NVIDIAs. I'm going to keep my NVIDIAs, and I'm going to keep my TSM, and I'm going to keep my, what am I missing? Go back to it. I'm going to keep that Amazon play at the bottom. So I'm only being about 5 plays. Why? I'm going to take all my green, that's going to put me in about $1 million and something, probably be like $1.4 million cash. Let the market do whatever it's going to do, and then unload that later in the year. So now what we're doing is, we're not running from the market. We're not running from the market. What we're doing is saying, hey, the market gave us all this green. Let's not be so stubborn. That's the thing. Like, let's not be so stubborn to where we turn green to red. Let's position ourselves to say, yo, let's take green and turn it to more green. Shout out to Natalie, man. Appreciate you, Queen. No, because they're not, as we saw today, Berkshire did what? It shot up some more today. We saw Eli Lilly do what? Shot out some more today. So that's saying that there's pockets of the market that's not going to be affected. But here's what we do know. In this market, the market is going to sell off most of its growth. Right? And they're going to reposition. So what we got to do is we got to think like what? We got to think like fund managers. Right? And what happened was, it happened in the beginning of the market. So cool. What did we learn? Okay, if this is going to happen in the market, let's not be so stubborn. Let's not just have the I'm a ride it out mentality. No. Let's take, I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's $1,000. Let's take the green, because that's market money. Listen to that. That's $1,000 that you didn't have. That's $5,000 that you didn't have, that the market is now going to say, okay, yep, you got to pay a little taxes on that. Cool, that's all right. But let the market go through whatever incremental downturns it got to go through, and then say, now it's time to unload. Does that make sense? We got to act like fund managers, not rookies. And that's my goal. My goal is to help us navigate the game from a fund manager perspective. You know, any other time I'll be like, yo, we can ride that out. But we see what it is. So let's not say, man, let's ride it out for another 30 days. No, we don't got to do that. Am I making sense? All right, let's go a little further. All right, to go to the buy and hold, because we got to show the people the money. All right, so go back a little bit. Eddie, let me show you something that's gangster, bro. So Eddie is one of my mentors, bro. Cold-blooded, right? Cold-blooded. So Eddie, so one of the things that I've been focused heavy on is the last 3 years, I've been wanting to educate people that they can beat the market, right? Because there's this thing that people can't beat the market, right? So for the last 3 years, I've been beating the market, not just by double digits, but I've just been blowing it out the water. And I've been keeping the strategy simple, keeping a portfolio small, but diversifying it just enough to where we not overextended, but also where we not all over the place. So I keep a portfolio about 10 to 12 stocks, no more than 12, all different things. So right now, the market is probably up about 16%. I'm up 39%, right? So just, I'm shining to my mentor right here. Shining to him, girl. Pay him all that money. I got to let him know I know what I'm doing over here, girl. I ain't never touched that 5,000. I've been supposed to put some more money over there. I've been supposed to channel some more money over there. So this year, so here's another thing I want to show you why this is the great equalizer. So watch this. Once we learn how to play both parts of the game, so we don't got to just be buy and hold. We play the buy and hold game. We play the option game. Now watch this. Yes, this year so far, we've made right at 1.9, maybe 2 million in the market this year. It's perfectly fine because we was at 4 million, of almost 4 million. But in a buy and hold, we still made $297,000. That's free money. And that's remember, in January, we started from one stock. We started one position, January 3rd, we started all the way over. We emptied the account and we started back over. And from January to now, we've built that account just like we do every year. So the goal is to do what? Play both sides of the game. Your buy and hold portfolio, 10, 12 stocks max. You don't have to buy them all at one time. You buy them as you see what the formula is that we use, and then you use the what? The options portfolio to do what? Multiply the money. Buy and hold adds the money. Options do what? Multiply the money. Baby girl, buy and hold do what? There you go. There you go. All right, let's go. Let's show them the buy and hold, family. Man, look at my All-State play, man. Y'all know I love this All-State play, man. So All-State up $6,000. Y'all know how long we fought for that? Costco, y'all know that. It's some of them same hot dogs, man. Hot dogs and gold bars, man. You feel me? We got Cintas, the cleaners people. They still killing it. Deckers, it just has not turned for us, but it just has not turned for us today. EME doing good. FICO killing it. Eli Lilly killing it. Meta still doing good. NVIDIA down. We still up on that though. PWR turned for us in VRTX. Now, what I will say is I will not sell anything in the buy and hold position. We're not going to sell nothing, but because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I may add one more toward the end. Maybe like in October, I got my eye on like 3, so I'm going to pick one because I know the market's going to give me an opportunity. And that's going to help boost that thing up because we're going to have so much cash on the side. So the opportunity is for us to just stay liquid. So here's why I never want you to max out your money. I always want you to stay liquid so that you can always have an opportunity to take advantage of what the market is presenting you with. Because if you're not liquid, now you got to go to the account. You got to transfer the money over. It may take a day or two unless you wire it. You don't know what's going to happen. It don't take but a split second for you to miss the opportunity. I did it on a plane coming from Paris. NVIDIA was $93. I was dying to put that $100 option play in. Guess what happened? I'm on the plane, the Wi-Fi. I'm like, yo, this Delta One, why the Wi-Fi not working? I done paid y'all $8,000 for this seat and my Wi-Fi ain't working. Now the laid back bed don't even matter to me no more. You know what I'm saying? You done call me 50, 60 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand. I don't care about the laid back seat. The Wi-Fi not working. You feel me? It only takes a split second for you to miss the opportunity that can change your financial future. And the worst thing you don't want to be is in position to execute because of your laziness. Or your ability to be ill-prepared in the machine that requires you to always be prepared. You don't want to be ill-prepared in the machine that requires you to always be prepared. This is a prerequisite. What does a prerequisite mean? Something that it comes with it. The prerequisite to being in the market is always have some liquidity. Always. Prerequisite. Why? Because we always got to be willing. We always got to have an ability to pull a trigger. And the minute you can't pull a trigger is the minute the market get one up on you. And the one thing you don't want is the market to get one up on you, because the market don't always return a favor. We cooking right now. We cooking right now. We cooking with Crisco. Let's go a little further. Today. All right, so let's talk about it. Of course, we done went through this already, but we got to go through it again because some of y'all just not going to listen to me. All right, here we go. And we've already did this before. But let's talk about it. September is Black Friday month. S&P monthly performance average return in the last 10 years. Let's hear this, and let's hear this again. The S&P performance monthly over the last 10 years. Let's hear this well, family. January, 0.8%. February, 0.2%. March, 0.6%. April, 1.2%. May, 1%. June, 1.2%. July. Now, let's talk about something right quick before we go any further. Trap. Why didn't you make a lot of plays in August? Well, because the data told us that August is when the market starts to slide down, go into September. So remember when I said this in July? Trap, why were you super bullish in July? Well, because on average, the market does what? July is one of the best months. So what did you see me do in July? You saw me make a couple plays in July, and what happened? I also said that, watch this, Jose, if we can go back to the episode, I don't know which one it was. You probably don't got this wrote down, but I said it. I said, the first 2 weeks of July are the best 2 weeks of the year. And then the back half knocked us out the frame. And remember what I said? And I came on the show and I said this. I said that. I gave the layout to us. What we going to do the rest of the year? Now, you feel me? 17 and 9. We talked about. I said, here's what episode 101. Look at my dog. My dog don't play. Episode 101. Here's what I said. I said, here's our strategy for the rest of the year, y'all. Now, what happened was August came early. It came early. Literally, I'm in Italy. Matter of fact, I was in Milan. My account hit 4.8 million. I never forget it. I was like, I'm 170,000 from 5. I'm about to go crazy. I hit that 5 million. I'm about to start talking Mandarin on them. I'm about to start talking Mandarin. You feel me? You feel me, cuz? But I don't put 5 in the... What? I don't know what that is, but when you turn 400,000 to 5 million, you got the right to talk anything you want to talk. Especially when you showed it to them every week. Eddie, you feel me? So look, I'm like, ooh, this thing about to go crazy. I'm like, dog. So here's what I said. I remember saying this to the I said, listen, here's what we gonna do. I said, toward August, we gonna start, I said, end of July, August, we gonna start scaling back so that we can be real liquid in September And then we can come October, catch the October, November, December Christmas rally. December gonna slow down a little bit, but we'll get January, February, March. This is what we said. We got the first 2 weeks of July. I'm like, hey, did we call it or not? And then the third week of July, we got punched in the face. Now, history may not always repeat itself, but it does what? Rhyme. So it came a little bit early. It came a little early. And so we had 6 weeks. And then we got a 3-week reprieve. And here we are in September. So all we got to do is say, yo, this is not the time for us to panic. This is the time for us to position. That's how the game go. We don't panic. We position ourselves. And what does that mean? If you're in a Patreon, you might don't see me put no option plays in until late September. Now, here's what I know people going to do. They're going to leave. They ain't put no plays there right now. Guess what we doing, though? We putting some dope-ass lottery picks in there. And bangers. I put one a day in there. I was like, ooh. I put one, you know why? Because I understand it. Like, yo, we play the game. We multifaceted. And so guess what I also know I got to do in the Patreon? I'm going to have to do, I used to do one Zoom call a month. I probably got to do 2 in September. I ain't mad at that. I'm in my Trappers Anonymous. Guess what? Our call probably going to be a little bit longer because they going to want to know. I got to serve them too. I'm okay with that. I know how to serve us in moments where we need it the most because the minute you're not with me, your brain start doing the thing that I don't want it to start doing. That's called me being present for y'all. And that's what happens when somebody wants you to win with them and not just win with them, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm going to win regardless. Here's why I'm going to win regardless. Because I got faith in the game. When I look at the track record of the game, here's what I know. When people always ask me this, man, ain't investing in the stock market like gambling? I say, go show me somebody that's a billionaire that's gambled at a racetrack. Go show me a billionaire that was a gambler in a casino that made the billion from the casino, not a billionaire that went to the casino and gambled. Go show me a billionaire that made billions in the casino. Go show me a billionaire that made billions on a racetrack. Go show me a billionaire that made billions like betting on football games. Go show me a billionaire that made billions betting on basketball games. Now go show me a bunch of billionaires that became billionaires because they own stocks and companies. Go show me a bunch of billionaires that became billionaires because they own real estate. I can show you a handful of them. I can just go down the list. Matter of fact, go show me some people that's 8-figure people from gambling. Or just gambling. Just saying, yep, I'm a poker stud. I'm worth 50 million because I'm the best poker player in the world. I'm worth 100 billion because I'm the best poker player in the world. I'm the best spades player in the world. I'm the best. I can play dominoes better than anybody. I know the slot machine better than, I played $1 billion slot. Go show me them. Go show them to me. Go show them to me. Go show me the top 10, go in the top 100 people in the world and show me one of them that's a gambler that made they millions and hundreds of millions and billions from gambling. Go show me the top 150 people in the world. You ain't gonna find them. So don't compare the two. Don't compare the two. Now, go show me real estate tycoons. They up and down. Go show me families that been built off generations of stock. Walmart, Mars, Koch. I can go on. LVMH. I can go on. I don't got to stop. I don't got to stop. Because the game is designed for entrepreneurs and investors, not gamblers. Gamble is something you do if you want a little excitement. You want a little thrill. You ain't about to build no fortune off gambling. I promise you. That man say, I'm right here, 50 million off blackjack. Now what? Show me. Show me. Show it to us. Show it to us. 50 million off blackjack. Show it to us. Your name ain't in the record books nowhere. It's going to be in the record books if you made 50 million off blackjack. You in the books. Let's go. So here we go. September and then we go October, November. December we come down a little bit. We come down, still positive. January, February, March. Now, typically, we were supposed to have a good April. But guess what we got this April? We got punched in the face. But we came back and had a good what? April, May, June, early July. That's the cycles of the market. Let's go a little further, man. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Jose, how you feeling?
We good. I was trying
to get eating that Chipotle, man.
Gotta eat my Chipotle bowl.
Man, out of here. You better own some Chipotle stock, dog. I'm saying, Shout out my dog Jose, man. He been real busy, man. He been real busy, man. He been getting it in. He been getting it in. All right, so let's talk about something, man. Broadening markets, S&P 80 line, new high. S&P up August 63%. So that's just saying, like, the market is broadening by 63%. And here's why. Because the mega winners are not just in the Mag 7 now. Now, there is right now 65% of the companies in the S&P 500 are now beating the S&P 500. And that's rare. That's rare. Let's go a little further. Somebody dying? Damn, coughing up a lung. All right, so let's go. The equal weighted value, so that'll be the S&P 500 is and we talking about just for the month of August. It was up 1.7%. The S&P was up 1.2%. NASDAQ was flat. Mid cap was down 0.9%. Russell 2000 was down 2.2%. Now in the Patreon, we got out of our Russell 2000. We got out of a small cap play with a small loss. And the reason why I got out of it because I said, yo, that was my baby? Oh, you all right? Oh, I'm about to say it. That's my dog. I was like, damn, you sounded kind of grown back there. Jeez, you smoking cigars or something? I'm about to say, you 15. You can't. Damn, you coughing like that. We got to bring you to the doctor. Yeah? I got concerned. So let's go a little further, man. So that's it. So we got out of that, because, I told you, like, yo, that wasn't what was going on. So let's go a little further. All right, so here's what the returns look like in August. So consumer state was up 5%. Real estate was up 4.6%. Healthcare was up 4.2%. Utilities was up 3.7%. And technology as a whole was up 0.1%. Let's go a little further. Crypto G, let's talk charts. What do you want me to say about charts? Whatever you want me to say about them, we can say about them, bro. It's not that big of a deal. What do you want me to say about the charts? If I put the charts up here, people not even going to know what the hell going on up there. What are we doing? What are we doing? You want me to talk just to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about? I guess. All right, so S&P earnings are still strong. Now, this is important for us, y'all. Here's why they're still strong. Watch this. In Q2, they was up plus 13%. Estimated Q3, 5.7%. And Q4 is estimated to be up 13.5%. So that's saying that earnings tell us a lot. It's telling us how our company is growing their earnings moving forward. This is a strong sign of companies are still making money. And the one thing I want to talk about with NVIDIA that happened was, and I said this to my people. I said, we're not going to put an NVIDIA play in right now based on the last earnings before. I say because we don't have a fear. We don't have a fear that they can't beat earnings. We don't have a fear that they can't beat earnings. Crypto G, teach them charts. That ain't my strong point. But there's a million people that teach charts. I teach what I need to teach. I teach support. I can teach resistance. I can teach moving averages. I can teach EMAs. But that ain't we done made $4 million in the market this year without teaching charts. How much you made this year with teaching charts? You made $4 million this year without teaching them. You made $4 million this year without teaching them. How much you made this year? And if you have, I congratulate you. That's what you for, right? That's what you for. Your goal is to, if you want, go teach the charts. I don't have a problem with that, right? But if you take the master class, I run through the charts that's necessary for us, right? We made $4 million this year without teaching charts. You can go, there's a lot of dope people that teach them. Go learn from them. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like, I think that's the biggest thing too. Like people want, I was telling you about that today, that people want you to conform to who they are. I'll never do that. I'm gonna stand firm on who Trap is. You feel me? I'm gonna stand firm on who Trap is, and it's gonna make you uncomfortable, not me. Because I always got receipts to back that up. We made a couple people millionaires. We made a lot of people 6 figures, a lot of people 5 figures. Cool. My proof is in the pudding. You watch the account grow from 400,000 to 4 point something million. Now it's at about 3.3 million. My proof is in the pudding. I ain't never not come up here 1 week and not show that account. I've had weeks where we didn't even show flush it or flip it, but we showed that account. You know what I'm saying? Proof is in the pudding, man. Anyway, so they're still expecting Q4 earnings to come in strong. We like that. What I will say is we got an interesting week coming up this week. We got a lot of data coming up this week. A lot of data. Jolts, jobs. We got a lot of data coming up this week, and that data is going to be pivotal. Which is why we won't get green. Which is why we won't get liquid. So that no matter which way the market goes, we take advantage of it. A one-day pop, we not mad. Because we still got, how many days in September? 30, 29, 30 days, 30. We still got 30 days to go through it. So don't let one day, you know what I'm saying? So let's go a little further to it. All right. Here's the resentment, right? So bull versus bears, I looked at this. 51.2% of the market is still bullish. 21% of the market is average and 27% of the market is bearish. Now, that's not saying that bears won't have their moments. That's not saying bears won't have their moment. They had a 3% of the day. They ate the day. But when you look at the totality of the year, they got slaughtered. So in essence, if you are a extreme bear, you're playing catch up. So here's the thing too, when people say the market gonna crash, I don't have a problem with the market crashing, but you can't say the market is crashing if the market is still up 18%. The market ain't crashed if the market is still in positive double-digit positive territory. That ain't a crash. We already said that the market gotta pull back. We already said that. It's like anything. It gotta recalibrate. Do we gotta go back to the nickel on the scale again? Chill. Don't trip. We in this together. We in this together. Eddie, don't worry about that one, dog. Right? So we like when the market recalibrate. It's okay. It allows us to do what? Get in better position. That's all we want to do, y'all. It ain't about us being greedy. It's about us saying every time it does something, we want to just keep putting ourselves in position. That's how we make money in this over the long term. We don't get one-sided. We cannot get one-sided. We can't think the market just going to shoot up like a rocket because then we're going to crash or we're going to be left in space like the people. Now they got to send Elon Musk and his stuff to come get us because we stuck up there. We supposed to go there for 1 day or something. We've been up there 3 months now trying to. And I'm like, at this point, I'll be panicking. I'm not even going to lie to you. Man, hey, I'll be real with you. I'll be crying and praying. I'm too close to God way up there. Like, don't take me to the king yet. Don't take me to the king yet. Bruh. I'm not going to lie. Cover her ears right quick. Cover her ears right quick. It takes some nuts of steel, my dog. Bruh, it was supposed to be up there 1 week. Bruh, they done been up there 3 months. Bruh. This was supposed to be a 1 week mission. Bro, I know they don't got 3 months worth of food up there. They pack, okay, worst case scenario, a month at best. Just because y'all might get the munchies, you might smoke a little bit. Y'all out there, nobody ain't gonna see y'all. We ain't tripping. You might smoke a little bit to calm your panic and anxiety down. Go on, hit the blunt a couple times. You all right. 3 months? Nah, dog.
How you gonna smoke up there?
What you mean? Who gonna see you? They're not gonna put it on TV.
It's gotta be something with the oxygen.
Anxiety. Ain't nothing. It's weed. It's clean. It's for the air, baby. It's for the air, baby. It's for the air, baby. It's for the air. You that close to God anyway. He gonna forgive you.
From the earth. We ain't on earth, but it's from the earth.
It's from the earth, and you out of earth. That's moon rocks. That's moon rocks. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, cuz I would have a whole lot of anxiety, panic attacks, claustrophobia. And you gotta think about this, cuz. Think about this. So hear me well on this. They don't get to see the sunshine. It's been dark for 3 months, cuz. Think about that. It's been dark for 3 months. You out of space, cuz. The sun way over there. The sun way over there. The sun way over there, bro. So you just looking out of space, literally. Nah, dog. I would be crying, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I would be crying, dog. I would be crying. I do not need therapy. I'm glad I would not have therapy before I went up there. Because I would be crying. I can't talk to your people or nothing. All you can talk to is the space people. And then they done went home and went to sleep. You just stuck up there. They done went home, went to sleep, and with their children. Now I'm mad at you. Oh, you went home with your children? You need to stay in here like I'm standing here. If I'm up here for 3 months, you need to be in here for 3 months. And when I come down, I'm suing. I'm suing, cuz. I'm suing, cuz. Cuz. 3 months out of space? Nah, dog. If I ever come down, I'm never going back up. I'm never going back up. Anyway, that was my rant, dog. Damn, dog. I prayed for them people a couple times, bro. Not every time, but I prayed for them a couple times, bro, because I can only imagine what that feel like, cuz. Every 90 minutes? Oh, that's even worse. I don't know what time it is. Every 90 minutes, they see the sun come up and come down. Oh, that's even worse. I don't know what time. I done lost track of time. Oh, that's 16 days. That done threw your whole equilibrium off.
Going under the ocean and going to space. Just stay
I'm
where
good.
you're supposed to be at.
So I got a problem with this. I'm going to be real. I got a problem with this. At what point do you got enough money to where you feel like you need to go see the Titanic? After you've seen 50 million people die. After you see all the people that try to go down there. I don't need to see that. Eddie, don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. And listen, it's not even a race thing. It's all different races and colors doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like, bro, you went down there with a PlayStation controller. You really risking your life, partner. You just You just manufactured this machine. You took a PlayStation controller. Damn. That's too much money. That's when you don't got nothing to do with yourself. And then you got the audacity to bring your son with you. At least let me live if you gonna do this stupid mission. At least let me live to say how much I miss you, but I still get to eat off the bread. None of us don't got the money. Not a state got the money. It's in probate. It's in probate. Not a state, it's in probate. It's in probate. They need to stop. They need to make a law. Jose, this is a moment for me. We're going to do a video on it. If I am the president of the United States, I am canceling all rogue missions to go see the Titanic. If you go, you're going to jail. If you try to go, you're going to jail. You're not doing stupid missions on my watch. It's two things I want as the president: a recession and a group of rich people going to see the Titanic and die. Because you could be using that money to help us with some taxes. Instead, it's in probate. Because you done took your son and your daughter, you done took everybody with you because you thought this was a family vacation. Let's go a little further, man. My bad. I'm back. So, sometimes, Jose, you got to bring me back.
I'm always looking for the content.
That's why I like what you got going on. I like what you got going on. All right, let's go a little further. 2 days. All right, so NVIDIA is sliding. So I wrote something down today. That was good. And it says that right here. So NVIDIA is now down over 12% since reporting earnings on August the 28th. The stock has now erased $400 billion of market cap in just 3 trading days. Even with a large earnings beat and a $50 million buyback, the stock is struggling to hold gains. Here's what I feel how we need to, and I said this, I truly think the stock is still an amazing stock. But I think those big, large run-ups, I think that's done. I think it's done. And here's why I think it's done. And I could be wrong. Here's why I think that's done. And after this, we still got time. I want to do a white boy moment after this. No, I ain't going to do a white boy moment after this. Here's what I think. Here's how I feel. Will the stock go back up? Of course. It's an amazing stock. It's an amazing company. It's an amazing brand. They also got subpoenaed today. They got subpoenaed today by the DOJ. That could take forever, though. That's a lot to go right there. But I said this, and people don't be agreeing with me. I do not like when companies that perform like this do stock splits. Because it takes too much for it to gain that momentum back. Every time, it never fails, yo. When a stock be killing it, when they be ripping, and then they split, because now it takes more to get those runs. Since it's split, you can count on your hand at times that it has like a $5, $6 day. You can count on your hand a couple times. Before the split, it was having $50, $60, $70, $80 days. $100 days, $112, it was having them. I kept saying, I'm like, bro, like, when it's split, bro, like, I don't like that. But also, watch this. It's still a great stock. It's still an amazing stock. But here's what happens. And I said, and this is why I didn't go in based on earnings. Here's why. The fear wasn't that it couldn't beat earnings, it couldn't beat revenue, and it couldn't give great guidance. The fear was the earnings and revenue and the guidance wasn't enough for Wall Street. You ever loved on somebody and you feel like, what? No, I don't want to use that. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm talking about nobody. You ever felt like, so watch this. We watch LeBron. This is always a great analogy. We watch LeBron, and let's just say you don't feel like he's the greatest. Let's just say you feel like that. It's opinionated, because everybody not going to always move based off of stats. All right? But watch this. What we do know is, let's say his average was 28 and 12. Let's say he averaged 28 and 12 all the way till he was 35. Let's just say, I'm just putting a number out there. But then, once he turned 35, let's say his numbers went down to 24 and 10. Say his numbers went down to 24 and 10. Even at 24 and 10, his numbers will probably be better than 85% of the people in the NBA. But guess what the analyst is going to say? He fell off. He lost a step. Not counting the fact that he's still top 5 best in the league at 40. That's what happened here. Watch this. Even in the Olympics, if you ask all the Olympic players who carried them through the Olympics, guess what they're going to say? Brian. But guess what? Steph had a phenomenal closeout game. But we won't give Steph the MVP. When it came to closing, like just getting us through everybody, and it's not taken away from nobody, it's saying the leadership that he possesses is what gets you through. So that in the moment, you can show up big time. And we know Steph is the greatest shooter of all time. We can't take that away from him. We can't take that away from him. But they'll still say that, yo, Brian ain't doing this. Same thing with NVIDIA, dog. This company, for the last 6 quarters, bro, it's not only been beating big, it's been blowing it out the water and then having gigantic expectations. And then setting gigantic expectations and then meeting the expectations the next quarter and blowing it out the water again. And then set gigantic expectations the next quarter. They did that for 6 straight quarters. They've been doing that since late 2022. Okay. So it's not that they can't beat earnings. It's not that they can't give expectations. It's that we're not giving the market. The margin has slowed down. And so guess what the market did right after that? They came back the next day on CNBC and said, oh, guess what? Here's our projections for the next 5 quarters. Guess what all of them said? Slowing. Now, we understand that the market is a what? Forward-looking mechanism. So here's what happens. If the market feels like it's going to slow down, guess what the market's going to do? They're going to react that way. And so that's what we saw. We saw them didn't blow it out the water. What did we see? We see the market responded to it that way. And so as trappers and as people investing in the market, what we have to do is say, okay, bet. You can still play it, but that ain't the one to be going all in on no more. Where's the market pivoting to that the market just hella believing in right now? Because we got to realize sometimes, again, it's kind of like the GameStop situation, right? Like when you get a company like that, you've been riding for a year and a half. You've been eating off it for a year and a half. Bruh, come up, like, pivot. So when I pivot to Berkshire Hathaway, people are like, bro, why are we going to Berkshire Hathaway? I bought 80 contracts. Why are we going to Eli Lilly? Because that man said we not even much promoting this thing and it's going crazy. Why don't we start putting some marketing dollars behind it? And guess what? It ain't failed since. So it's just understanding how to play the game and how the game should be played. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so I want to give y'all this before we get into our flush it up flipping, man. All right, so here's some ingredients from Warren Buffett, man. Buffett is the synthesis of three men. And so the reason why we broke this down, because I want you to understand something for yourself. I want you to ask yourself, so one of the things I've done on my journey is some of my favorite investors, 100% is Warren Buffett, 100%. But then from there, I pivot to Joel Greenblatt. Joel Greenblatt is a phenomenal investor. And then Peter Lynch, and then Monesh Pabrai, then Guy Spivey, then Bill Ackman. That is my, you know what I'm saying? That is, now I'm eating ramen too. She's so funny. And then Bill Ackman. So that's my Mount Rushmore of investors. And then you take a little bit from each investor. You take a little bit from each investor, and then you say to yourself, how do I now create my own philosophy and ideology? Right? You use what you learn from them, and then you say, how do I create my own ideology and philosophy? And then you start to mold your own investor identity. And so that is how Trappin came up with a lot of the philosophies that I've come up with, because I've molded myself after people who I think is great. And then I said, yo, what is my sauce? It's kind of like in New Orleans, like you get a recipe from somebody. You get a recipe from somebody that gumbo or something like that, and then you'd be like, yo, this is good, but then you might tweak it a little bit. Like my great aunt, she made the best crawfish etouffee. That was her thing. But once I watched her, I started tweaking a little bit. It's not that hers wasn't amazing, but I'm like, let me add my little touch to it. Let me add a little bit. No. Go back to Maryland, dog. Go back. Yeah, I'm so glad. Man, say add Hennessy to the etouffee. Get him out of here. Even Eddie shaking his head at you, bro. See, that's when you know that's when you're wrong, bro. That's when you're wrong, bro.
No, real talk, they don't know about the Hennessy, bro. It cures gout, cuts, bullet wounds, scratches, scrapes, bruises, knee. Don't get me started.
That's why we don't give him a mic. This is why we got to have his mic on restriction, right? Restriction on his mic. Restriction on his mic. All right. Let's go a little further, man. Oh, stay here. So, father of investing, Benjamin Graham gave Buffett the intellectual basis for investing, the margin of safety. It helped him learn and master his emotions, right? Phil Fisher, pioneer of growth investing. Fisher gave Buffett a workable methodology to identify good long-term prospects and manage a focused portfolio over time. And lastly, Charlie Munger, his best friend, the abominable no man. That's why I love when I first heard him say that. Because as you listen to Charlie Munger, he said no to about 90% of Warren's ideas. Charlie helped Buffett educate on the psychological missteps that occur often when individuals make financial decisions. So one of the things why it is important to have mentors and people so one of the things I do, I'll be real with y'all, I always get mentors in my life. I keep one, and I always navigate through different spaces, right? Because every mentor, so I don't believe that one mentor can serve you for the rest of your life, right? But I do think a great mentor can serve you for at least 3 to 5 years, a good one, because they're going to keep evolving. But in that 3 to 5 year time span, they're going to dump everything in you they have. That's what they should do. And what they're going to do also is, not only are they going to dump everything in you that they have, they're also going to dump all the new stuff they learn into you. That's why you should stick with them. But I also believe that your mentor can then turn into a friend, or a business partner. Hear me. Because if you spend 3 to 5 years with somebody, if you paying them 3 to 5 years, whatever, what happens is you develop some type of relationship outside of the business. That's how you create a new peer group. You develop a relationship outside of the business, and then that mentor, and you respect that mentor, then becomes a peer. That's how the game goes. And what happens is you become a peer by a byproduct of association. The mentor sees your growth. As the mentor sees your growth, the mentor says, you know what? Because I've groomed you in this area, I trust you. I can be around you. I don't mind you. And it's okay if it doesn't, but if you with a mentor 3 to 5 years, that is typically what will happen. And then as you become friends or whatever, what happens is a lot of times your mentor probably has a mentor that he'll introduce you to. That's probably what's going to happen. So now, because you got a mentor, you've been with them 3 to 5 years, your mentor then introduces you to the person who's mentored them. And then when you get with that mentor, now you unlock something new again. But you'll probably have to pay for that too. But that's okay. Because what you want now is you want to create a peer group that have real life experiences on where you're attempting to go at in life. You've already had the peer group of people who you grew up with. And however far that got you or didn't get you, already understand that. Your next peer group should be people that bring you to the next level. So I told people in my Patreon group, I said this, I'm going to start a mentorship in a little bit, right? And I'm going to bring certain stuff to y'all. I said, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I am creating my peer group. I told Double R, I said, she's going to be in my peer group. I said, I know you're going to be in my peer group. I see how active she is. I see how hungry she is. I see how no matter what the market do, she DM'd me the other day. I said, yep, you developing my philosophy. So I asked her, I hit up and I said, she DM'd me. And she DM'd me something. And I said, you ready for what's about to come? She said, not really, but guess what? I'm a trapper. She said, not really, but I'm a trapper, so it is what it is. That's the mentality. Like, I ain't got to be ready for it, but it is what it is. I ain't going nowhere. You feel me? And I can promise you what's gonna happen. She gonna be in my peer group as we grow it. She gonna rock me for a couple years, and I'm be like, yo, let me introduce you to my mentor. Cause I'll be on my way to graduating to probably his mentor. Let me bring you here. And what's gonna happen is we gonna start probably making money together. I'm gonna start putting in some deals I'm in. As I evolve. Come on, because I know you got the bread to get in this deal with me. I know you got this, but I ain't gonna try to take over the deal. Look, get your lawyer right. The same thing my mentor is doing. You know why he's here? Because we gotta evaluate something I'm trying to buy. That's way out of my vision. Hey, I'm gonna come fly down there. I gotta come see it, put my hands on it. Let me look at it. That's what they do. That's what the real mentor do. And that's how you grow your peer group. So now you're not stuck in a situation where you feel like my circle don't want to see me win. I done outgrew my circle. Cool. It's okay to outgrow your circle, but go plant yourself in a new one. It's okay to outgrow that circle. There's nothing wrong with that. There should not be survivor's remorse around outgrowing a circle, but what we got to go do is go plant ourselves in a new one so the new circle can now fertilize where we going at. And what happens now is in the new circle, I'm telling you right now, as I look at them, as I be around, I'm like, oh, bro, the $100 million goal is right there. You know why? Because when I go in a room with them, I see 8-figure people. I see 9-figure people. I see people sharing every piece of knowledge that they have. The goal to being a mentorship is you can't hold back your information. That's the number one rule. 1, we got to trust you. 2, you got to be willing to share every piece of knowledge you got. Ain't no holding back. Oh, I tell you, y'all got me, dog. And they told me something that was gangster. They said, we not a cheap date, but we ain't looking for a date. I said, oh, don't talk to me like that, dog. He said, I'm not a cheap date, but I ain't looking for one either. You feel me? So you get in a room where you see people are already in position and thriving where you trying to go. I went in that room and told them people I paid $2 million in taxes back-to-back years. Then people cursed me out. Then people was like, oh, no. No, indeed, no. Man, I said, man, one of the people said, man, I ain't paid taxes in 15 years. I said, excuse me? He said, man, I wouldn't dare. I know the game too well. He said, I know the game too well to be paying the people all that money. He said, man, I cringed when you told me that. So guess what my mentor and them does? Him and his right-hand man, guess what they do? They put me in 7 group chats. Hey, this my guy Trap, he killing it. We got to get them taxes right. Hey, this my guy Trap. If you got a deal, let's get them taxes right. Hey, this my guy Trap. He got to go tax advantage. We need to do this by the end of the year. The mentor is still living by the same rule as number one in the group. You can't hold back the resources.
And the information paid for the initial
Bro,
investment.
What? And the people hounding me down. Hey, what's up, bro? I got this. You still want it? We not? Let me know, because even if you can't get this one, guess what? I got another one that's coming up in 5-6 months. But I'm trying to help you for the end of the year because I know, watch this, the mentor name's so good. If I know if he bring you to me or if they bring you to me, you good money. That's a circle you need to be around. So now you're not in a circle saying, oh, man, I don't really want to drop this because I don't trust them people. You know us, we don't trust nobody. You holding on to the money like this, but I'd rather give it to Uncle Sam than to lose it right here. You know the mentality. I worked too hard to get this. But if I give it to Uncle Sam, I know I ain't gonna go to jail. But this man saying, bro, we ain't paid tax in 15 years and we ain't did nothing illegal. We just played by the rules. So when people tell me who gonna get in office, I'm like, bro, I don't care who get in office. You know why? Because if somebody get in office that say, yo, we gonna tax this, somebody that's rich, wealthy, in the 1-2% gonna make a law, or they gonna lobby for a law to offset that. That's how the game go. You make all the laws you want. You make all the policies you want. Then people ain't been in the top 1% forever for nothing. So for every law you make, for every policy you put in place, guess what somebody real, real rich that got a whole bunch of generations lean on them gonna do? Hey, partner, here go 100 million. We need to lobby that. Keep the law in place, but I need you to create a loophole so me and mine, we get around that. So while people at the lower level saying everything, so watch this, everything you don't like about Kamala or everything you don't like about Trump, whenever they get in office, there's somebody saying, hey, this is what we got to lobby around. Here's what we got to do around. Okay, we know that's why they won't know what the agenda is. What's your agenda when you get in office? What's your agenda? So I can know, me and mine can know what money we got to put up to lobby around what you got going on. I ain't worrying about him. I'm in bag right now. But guess what? Let's go even further, y'all. We did a track record, Jose, from 1989 to 2023. You've only had 3 bad markets. Bush, and last year under Biden. Bush, because he just went to war out the gate. He just wanted to go to war. War ain't never good for the markets. It ain't that he drove the market down, but war ain't never good for the market. And in 2022, we had a big tech sell-off that drove the market down. So from 1989 to 2023, you've only had 3 bad markets? That tell me the market don't care who the president is. And every president gonna come with something. This ain't the first time we heard a president say, we gonna fight Wall Street. Bruh, this ain't the first time we said that. This ain't the first time we heard a president say, we gonna fight Big Pharma. That's an everybody thing. You know why? Because the politicians of America has made Wall Street and the pharmaceutical companies the bad guys to the little people. Now, do Big Pharma price gouge? Hell yeah. There's no reason why the medications should cost that much money. So they always gonna do that. But have they stopped them people from making money? Have they stopped them stocks from going up like crazy? Have they stopped them CEOs from making millions and millions and millions of dollars? Hell no. Do you think that's gonna stop tomorrow? I don't care who the president is. You just a puppet on the line of more to come. And you know what they mind say? You gonna be here for 4 years or you gonna be here for 8 years. We here for life. You gonna be here for 4 years or you gonna be here for 8 years, but we here for life. Because not only do I gotta come through this, my children gotta come through this, my grandchildren gotta come through this, my great-great-grandchildren my whole bloodline gotta come through this. So when you ain't a president, because your son ain't gonna be the president promised. Your daughter ain't promised to be the president. They might don't have a political agenda like you, but my family, this gonna run. Man, let me go. Let's go to Flush It or Flip It, too. My bad, y'all. I was on a run just now. Jose, you gotta stop yourself. That's how the game go, man. All right. Jose, how you feeling?
We trapping. You know, it be feeling kind of off when I hit the we trapping track. That's for everybody else, right? But anywho, we on Flush It or Flip It. I just want to make sure our studio audience got my back. All right, let's go.
All right. So first on the list is, y'all know how we do it, man. Flush It or Flip It. Y'all know how we play the game. You know, we talking about short term, not long term. Woof. Ooh, geez, that thing went crazy today. Jeez. All right, first on the list is synopsis. All right. It engages in the provision of electric design automation software that engineers use to design and test integrated circuits. It also offers semiconductor intellectual property products. It operates through the following segments: design IP, software integrity, and other EDA. The segment includes silicon design, verification products and services, system integration products and services, digital, custom, and FPGA design. Jose, the stock is down year-to-date 6%. That's because they had a hell of a day today. It's up 3% in 1 day and it's up 240% in 3 years. Jose, do we flush it or do we flip it?
I'm going with the squad. We flipping.
Y'all flipping that?
We flipping. Plus the audience is saying 67% we flipping.
I ain't mad at that.
Had a bad day.
I ain't mad at that. All right, next is App Lovin'. All right, the company engages in the development operation of mobile marketing platform. It offers app discovery, Max Adjust, and Spark Labs. It's a software platform that caters to mobile application developers to improve the marketing and monetization of the applications. Jose, the stock is up 122% year to date, up 105% in 1 year, and up 25% in 5 years. Jose, are we flushing or are we flipping?
I ain't never heard of no app loving, but we're going to get money.
You loving the app, huh?
Yeah, I'm loving that joke.
All right.
Plus it sound like Mick loving. You know, super bad. Tell me you. Okay, you ain't seen it. I don't know how to pronounce the next one.
All right. Akami, something like that. Engage in the provision of cloud services for delivering, optimizing, and securing content and business applications over the internet. Its products include security, web performance, media delivery, and network operation. Jose, year to date, the company is down 14%. 1 year, the company is down 4%. And 5 years is up 12%.
We flushing.
Good answer. We're flushing. All right, next on the list is Textron, TXT, Jose. It's a multi-industrial company which leverages a global network of aircraft, defense, and industrials and finance businesses to consumers. It operates through the following segments: Textron, Aviation, Bell, Textron Systems, and Industrial, Jose. Year to date is up 10%. 1 year is up 13%. 5 years is up 99%.
We're a little close, but we're going to get money. We flipping.
We flipping. I ain't mad at that, Jose.
The studio audience.
They're not helping you. They're not helping you. They're not helping you. They're not helping you.
on the ledge by myself.
All right, let's go. Magna. It is a mobility technology company which engages in the design, engineering, and manufacturing of automotive supplies. It operates through the following segments: body exteriors and structures, power and vision, seating systems, and complete systems. Jose, year to date down 29%, 1 year up down 30%. Flush it or flip it.
Yeah, Magna gotta go. I gotta go. And down the commode, as y'all say down bottom.
Good answer, good answer, good answer. Good answer, good answer, good answer. My toilet broke. All right, CDW Corp engages in the provision of information technology solutions to small, medium, and large business, government, education, and healthcare. It operates through the following segments, Jose: small business, public, and other. Year to date, down 3%, 1 year up 1%.
Nah, we flushing and you skip, but it's cool. We
What?
It's all good.
Okay, we flush it. Which one I skipped? Oh, EOG? I had it mixed up. I had EOG next.
3 of them.
No, I didn't. I skipped 3. No, I didn't. I did Synopsys, I did App Loving, I did Akami, I did Textron, and I did Magna just now.
Then we got EOG.
I ain't on EOG. I'm about to do EOG now.
Right, you went CW.
Oh, he did it at the end. Okay. I had it on the list. So I probably sent it to him wrong. So I was going to do EOG next. That's why I was going next. All right, so we do EOG. EOG. I'm looking at it how I got it wrote on my paper, so maybe I just sent it to that one wrong time. All right, let's go. EOG, Jose. It engages in the exploration, development, production, and marketing of crude oil and natural gas. It operates through the United States, Trinidad, and other international geographical segments, Jose. 1 year is up 1%. 5 years is down 6%.
Nah, they gotta go, brother.
Oh, flush.
Gotta
Flush.
go.
Good answer, good answer, good answer, good answer. So next on the list, Jose, we got NUVL. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Nuvalent. All right, good shot?
Nah,
good shot. Is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company which engages and focuses on creating precisely targeted therapies for patients with cancer. Its pipeline includes ROS1, NSCLC, ALK, and HER2. Jose, year to date, Jose, the company's up 15%. 1 year is up 80%. Jose, how you feel about that?
I don't know them acronyms, but we're gonna get money with them, so I'm with it.
All right. All right. Put my money printer in. All right, next on the list is, Jose, DNLI. Denali Therapeutics. Let's talk about it, Jose. So, is a biopharmaceutical company which engages in the development of commercialization of a portfolio of product candidates for neurodegenerative disease. That's a big word there, Jose. I had to break that one down in my head. Its product pipeline includes LRRK2, RIPK1, TREM2, and TAU, Jose. The company's up 18% year to date, up 7% in 1 year. Jose, flush it or flip it.
We flipping?
Now I'm fucked up. I'm flushing out. Flushing him. He on his dope boy shit.
I was trying
All right, let's go, man. 1-800-TRAPPIN hotline, man. Let's go, man. Let's close out strong, man. Let's close out strong. Let's close out strong. Let's close out strong. All right, let's get to it.
Hey, Trap, this is Court. I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to take my question and hope you're having a great day. My question would be, what is your thoughts on Kava as a buy and hold? Since their IPO, they're up over 100% and they raised their Q3 guidance and announced that they will be opening up more stores. I believe the original Quote was for about 50 to 54 stores, and they raised that to from that to about 54 to 57 stores. They plan on opening up additional this year. And the way I found this stock was through asking my daughter about her bougie friends who like to eat at Cava. And she said a lot of her friends actually preferred it over Chipotle.
Say OG. I need that extra little at the end. You feel me? So I will say this, man. I'm a firm believer of watching a company evolve over time. And I think they have done a great job at evolving. I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching the stock. I've been watching them do their thing this year. Since they IPO, I usually give something 4 to 6 quarters to show me what they can do. Definitely want to see them clean up that balance sheet a little bit more. But because they're such a raw company, I'm not mad at them, brother. I'm not mad. I like it for a long-term buy and hold play. We all about growth. I see the growth there, especially because of what Chipotle has went through this last quarter with losing their CEO to Starbucks. I don't like that at all. I want to see, Chipotle has made me money since 2019, but I'm not in love with no company, right? I still own it. I'm not going against it, but I do think Cava I think that management team is doing real good. I like the growth prospects. I like the idea that they're building. I'm starting to see them a lot more now too. Just the same way I used to see Chipotle like everywhere, like they're growing a lot more now. And that younger generation is like gravitating to them. And so we don't gotta fight what we see. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta fight what we see, but also because a company is growing doesn't mean another company is not doing good. I like it. Listen, shout out to Cava. You know what I'm saying? Like Weezy said, shout out my nigga Gooch. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. Next on the list.
Hey, what's going on, Trap? This is JC. Just had a quick question for you. So you said that you believe that anyone can be a millionaire in 5 years. I just turned 19 a couple of days ago, and my question for you was, what's your best advice and your biggest keys on securing generational wealth for the family after me? I appreciate you, and you have a good day.
Oh, man, it's my guy right there. So the question is, he's 19 years old, and the idea was that anybody can be a millionaire in 5 years. I truly believe in 5 to 7 years, anybody can be a millionaire. I think, but there's some steps that have to take place for you at 19. I don't think he has debt, right? He has no debt. You live with moms right now. So honestly, you set up in perfect position. I think your biggest goal is going to be the influence of your friends. I don't know what that looks like. I think the first thing we do at 19 is establish ourselves financially, meaning you can't be under mom's roof without helping moms out. You're 19. You know what I'm saying? You got a little hell on you down there. You know what I'm saying? So that got to be a priority, right? But I think now we put some financial things in play, meaning one, let's start establishing our credit. I don't know what that looked like, right? Huh? So your mom said you already got great credit, so that's good. So that's managing that. So the next thing is let's put a investing budget in play. At 19, I did it at maybe 30. I was investing 70% of my bread, living off 30% of my bread. But at 19, I want you to do this. I want you to invest. I want you to use that same idea, that same concept. But I would say do 60% and give moms 10%. And then live off the rest, because you got to pay the house. You can't come be a millionaire if you ain't helping moms out. You got to do right by your people. One thing I'm going to say is, don't be influenced by your friends, because I'm going to tell you some gangster stuff right now. They're going to be broke. They're going to be broke. Because everything they know right now is having fun. And I'm not telling you not to have fun in your life, but you done came here a few times. So for me, it would be, how do I now learn everything I can about financial literacy? You 19, moms come here all the time. You need to be here. You take the courses, I know that. So my layout would be this. From 19 to 20, I'm learning everything I can about investing. And what I'm doing from 19 to 20 is I'm investing, or at least putting my money in position to be invested this whole year. This next year, 20 to 21, I'm saying, how do I now get into the game at a higher level? Meaning, one, he got a job. So entrepreneurship. So I'm not mad at you being an entrepreneur. I need you to have steady bread, right? And because what you're gonna do right now is you're trying to navigate between being an entrepreneur and being an investor. And at 19, you don't try to need to be both. You need to go all in on one. Either you're going all in on the investor right now, or you're going all in on being an entrepreneur right now. You got time. At 19, bro, I don't care how much you think the world is crashing in, bro, it's just starting for you at 19. So you go all in on one, but at some point, you can do both, right? But I think trying to do both of them now is where you get confused, right? So what I would say is if you're going to be an entrepreneur, go all in on being an entrepreneur, learn everything you can about entrepreneurship. Don't worry about being a millionaire. Worry about being a great entrepreneur. Don't worry, because if you're a great entrepreneur, you'll become a millionaire as a byproduct of it, right? So that's it. Like, I wouldn't worry about so much as being a millionaire at 19. So you saying 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, by 24, you want to be a millionaire. That's great aspiration. But I promise you this, if you lock in on being a great entrepreneur between 19 and 25, I know for a fact you can be a millionaire, right? The reason why I put that into place for older people is because now they got to start getting their priorities in order. You got a fresh slate at 19. You live with moms. That's great. Shout out to moms because she ain't put you out. You know what I'm saying? 2 is mom's probably, footing the bill. So now part of what you doing got to be on helping moms out. Like, you can't just say I want to be a millionaire and you ain't like doing right by moms. And mom's probably going to be on some gangster shit with you. She probably going to be like, bro, you ain't even got to help me out. I've been holding it down. Do your thing. But you still got to slide that little money here and there. Just slide it. Yeah, man, don't even worry about it. I know you took like off of me and my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Between 19 and 25, bro, don't even focus on being a millionaire. Focus on how do I be a great entrepreneur? Because here's what's going to happen. What are you doing right now? All right, so right now you detailing cars, wrapping cars, tinting cars. So that means you making money. Guess what's going to happen by the time you're 21? You're not going to want to do that no more. You're going to evolve. You're going to want to do something else. Give yourself the freedom to figure out exactly what you want to do. But here's what I will say. I would start that investing account now. Without a shadow of a doubt. And I would just dedicate $100 to it. Every time I get some bread, let me dedicate $100 because you got to put all your money in your brand. You got to put all your money in your brand and your education. That's got to be the goal right now. All my money got to go into my brand and to my education. So you got to figure out what portion of that money you're going to make work for you. Whether it's $100, don't think that's too small. Whether it's $50, don't think that's too small. Every time you get some money, let me put $50 up. Every time you get $100, let me put $50 up. That's cool. You figure it out. You figure out that budget. How much of this money, every time I get something, I'm going to make that work for me. And the rest of this money going to go to investing in myself, investing in my brand. Investing in yourself is education. Investing in my brand, the thing that I'm attempting to build, and then looking out for moms. You can have fun at 19. I'm not mad at you. You're supposed to have fun at 19. You got to go through some of the things, but here's what I will tell you. If you negate some of the fun at 19, I promise you, by the time 25, you'll be able to live a life that the people at 19, they're going to work for you. I can guarantee you that. Because they worried about party, having fun, girls, yada, yada, yada. And if your focus on business, entrepreneurship, investing, I promise you, in 5 years, they'll work for you. Because they're not going to have their finances in order. You already got good credit. You already ahead of them. And at 19, you start learning how something I learned at 42. What my people taught me was you start learning how to be bankable at 21 and 22. Oh, man. You done changed the game. So I wouldn't focus on being a millionaire in the next 5 years at 19. I would focus on how to become the best entrepreneur and the best investor. So by the time I'm 25, I can be a millionaire from 25 to 30. That would be my goal. That would be my mindset on that. And somebody else probably have something else, but that would be my focus because you still got a lot of learning to do right here. At 19, you don't gotta unlearn a lot. At 30, you gotta unlearn everything. You know what I'm saying? At 19, the world is still fresh as you think you know but the world fresh. At 30, 35, 40, you gotta start unlearning. And that become hard because you're stuck in your ways. At 19, you ain't got no ways to be stuck in. You got parts of your brain that you don't even know yet that even much. So that's how I feel about that. Let's go, man. My bad for going on that rant.
Hey, Trap, hey, family. Happy Tuesday. So my question is, what is efficient market hypothesis and how does it influence investment strategies and portfolio management? Thank you.
So basically, I appreciate you, Queen. Y'all feel the warm hugs all the time? So what that concept is wrapped around people having a strategy on their belief. So the key word there is hypothesis, right? Which is an educated guess, right? And efficiency is simply them saying, based on these things right here, this is how we outline a portfolio based on this data. Here's how I feel this is going to go. Simple. But that affects your portfolio based on the portfolio that you're building, right? So what is the efficient market hypothesis based on me building this dividend portfolio, right? This is why when you get on CNBC and you hear people say, I don't own Nvidia because it doesn't pay a dividend, but I own Procter and Gamble. Right? In your mind, you're going to feel like that don't make no dang on sense. But in their mind, they're not chasing the wins or what's hot. They're chasing the idea of how I build this portfolio out. And so one of the things that we're going to talk about today and I'll make it easier for you, it's what is the thesis you have behind building a portfolio, right? And that is, what is an idea that you've created on why and how you want to construct this portfolio in a certain way. And that is what guides you. And now you say, based on this, here's the companies that are going to align with this idea of how this portfolio should be built. And once you understand that, you can build any portfolio based on that hypothesis or that ideology. That's where the data comes in at. So, and she always asks a damn good question, man. Salute to that queen for that, man. Y'all always be testing my knowledge. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all always test my knowledge. Let's go.
Hey, what it do, Trap? My question today is, what are your thoughts on Camilla's plan on taxing unrealized gains? Do you think she's actually gonna go through with it? And if she does, how would it affect us? Thank you.
Man, I don't even know. I don't think is that the first time you ever heard somebody say they wanted to tax unrealized gains? It only applies to what? 100 million and above. That's why you got him in there. It only applies to 100 million and above. And that goes back to what I said. So if you're worth 100 million and above, if somebody saying they won't tax unrealized gains, what you think they about to do? Nope, they gonna say, all right, hey y'all, what policy we gotta put in place to backdoor this? Right, so that only applies to 100 million and above. So stop letting Grant Cardone scare y'all. Right, stop letting Grant Cardone scare y'all. All right, nothing wrong with Grant. I don't got no problem with Grant. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, it applies to him. You know? It applies to him. Mr. 6 billion in real estate. You know what I'm saying? It applies to him. So that's why he's adamant about, again, you're going to be adamant about the things that apply to you. You know what I'm saying? So 100 million and above. So, that's why I said earlier, the people that's worth 100 million and above, they understand what's about to happen if she get in office, and they say, you know what? Here's our contingency plan in case she does get in office. She get in office, we got to figure out who we got to lobby. That's why you're going to see certain people saying, so I remember I was talking to this, what you call it, somebody like a prominent person, because I don't want to put no names on this because I don't want to. And I remember sitting down with him and they said something to me that was real dope. My circle's been getting real dope lately, bro. I've been talking to some dope people lately. And he said to me, I'm not going to go on the front line for Kamala or Trump. And I said, why not? If you believe in, he said, because if you go all in for this one and that one get in, you've picked a side. If you go all in for this one and that one get in, you've picked a side. And the one thing a politician gonna always remember is who picked the side. I said, oh, you political. He said, you never pick a side. You just learn how to navigate by who's ever in. I said, oh, that's good. That's real good. And I think what happens is so many people get focused on picking a side. And when you pick a side, I feel like you're not really playing the money game. You're not playing the money game. I'm in here to play the money game. So for me, I don't care, if I'm being honest with you, who win. Because if I'm being realistic with y'all, I ain't never seen a president come to the hood. I ain't never seen them save none of us. I seen them do what they thought was right for the country. But who are we? We are citizens of the country. I have not went to one country where they felt like, where somebody in that country didn't feel like that country was being ran the way they thought it should be run. I've never went to one country where everybody in that country felt like that country was being ran the right way. You know why? Because everybody got to wait. Bro, that ain't even a country. How many people feel like you ain't running your house the right way? We ain't talking about the country. Like, how many people telling you parenting your kids wrong? Are you putting something in your food that don't belong? Well, I wouldn't put, just go look at a cooking page. I wouldn't put that in my ham. I wouldn't make my eggs with that salt. Don't drink that water. Bro, I've been drinking hose pipe water since I was a kid. Now I can't drink hose pipe water no more because it got lead in it. When I was a kid, I didn't care about no lead. It's the best water on the market. Let it run for a little while. Let the warm water get out of it. But that 2-minute run from warm water go to what? Cold water. We under that thing. 2 hands. If I get 2 hands, I know it's good. If I do it from the side, it's dripping all right here. I just got it. You like, bro, give me something. You gonna drink it all. How I'm gonna drink it all? It's a whole pipe. I'm lying? You gonna get all the cold water, man. It's a whole pipe. So, you know, I try not to get caught up in that. You know, that's why you don't see me doing too much of that. I'll make a couple jokes about something, but I'm never going to get too much caught up in that because I think that we all have the right to believe in what we believe in. And I think we wrong for saying somebody should believe a certain way because we believe a certain way. I think that's the biggest mishap in America is people get mad at other people believing in a certain way when you got the right to believe that way. And so in my mind, I guess coming from the way I come from, our goal is, again, God first, get you some money. Go to God first, because that's the maker. Now, if you don't believe in God, I don't got nothing to say about that either. So somebody said research more, my daughter will be affected. My daughter going to be affected by whoever is in office. I was affected by Ronald Reagan. I was affected by George Bush. I was affected by his son. I was affected by Bill Clinton. I was affected by Donald Trump. I was affected by Joe Biden. No matter who's in office, you're going to be affected. I don't need to research more. I've been affected by every president that's been in office. I wasn't even here, but guess what? Richard Nixon affected me, and I wasn't even here yet. I wasn't here yet, and I was affected by whatever Richard Nixon did. I wasn't here yet, and I was already affected by what Lyndon B. Johnson did. I wasn't here yet, and I'm always going to be affected. You're always going to be affected by who's in office. I was affected when Barack Obama was in office. I'm always going to be affected. You're always going to be affected. You're always going to be affected. You're always going to be affected by who's in office. No matter who's in office. So guess what you got to do? Guess what you got to do? Get you some money and put your people in position. That's what you do. Believe in God, get you some money, and put your people in position. Because guess what? Let's say we all vote for one person, and then, watch this. Let's say we all vote for one person, and then the electoral votes go for somebody else. What happens then? You've casted your vote. You've done everything your American citizenship has given you the ability to do. You voted that way, and then the electoral votes go the other way. What you gonna do? Move to another country? Probably not. Probably not. Or what happens when everybody vote and you put Joe Biden in the office, and then you be like, damn, like, why we did that? Because the many Arab, and I'm not saying you was wrong for it, but everybody was going crazy about putting Joe Biden in the office. Then when Joe Biden got in the office, everybody was mad at the stuff he was doing. What happens when the person you put in office don't do the thing they said you wanted them to do when they got in office? Then what happens? Then what happens? Put God first and get you some money. Because when you put God first, now you're not even worrying about what man got going on. And you get you some money, you can handle whatever got going on. But if you ain't got God and you ain't got no money, now you got to depend on man to save you. And y'all know my statement. If you allow them to feed you, you get them permission to starve you. Let's kill it on that, Jose. All right, man. So, man, 3-hour show, man. Trappin' Tuesday, episode 109, man. Tonight was an amazing episode, as always, man. And you know, one of the things we're going to talk about again is expensive freedom. I did not encourage nobody not to vote. Now, where the hell you got me saying not to vote come from? Where you got that from? At what point did you hear me say not to vote? I don't know where that came from. I just say everybody got the political belief to do what they want to do. Where in the world did you hear me say do not vote? I've never said don't vote. It's crazy. I love y'all, man. And I think it's okay that we sometimes don't agree. I think that is the way. That's the way of the people. But the one thing I want us all to do, and the one thing I want all us to feel, I want all us to feel freedom. I want all us to feel freedom. Because freedom doesn't care what your race is. Freedom doesn't care what your background is. Freedom don't care. And I think for me, that's the ultimate goal, not just for me, but for my family and for my loved ones. And I think everybody else should put that at the height of what they're doing. How do we get freedom? How do we get freedom no matter who's in office? How do we get freedom no matter what your spiritual belief is? How do we get freedom no matter what your background is? How do we get freedom no matter what your collegiate state is? How do we get freedom no matter if you don't know your father, if you don't know it? How do we get freedom? And I think that should be the overall goal for everybody that's going this. My goal is to help us navigate. My goal is to help us navigate through the markets with confidence so that we can create legacy, so that we can build blueprints, and so that we can have generational opportunities. Generational opportunities, where the opportunities not just for one generation. Generational opportunities so that once you die off, the people behind you still reaping the benefits of the opportunities that you presented them with. Generational opportunities. How do we not pay tax for 15 years by doing the right thing? That's the goal for Trappin' Tuesday. It's to be a show where you come get your financial growth, where you get uncomfortable, and where we have uncomfortable conversations and we break the monotony of the norm. My goal is that everybody that was in this chat, all 4,000 people tonight, experience some type of freedom. And I want you to understand that. No matter who's in office, I want freedom to always be the ultimate goal. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Episode 109 is in the books tonight. All right, man. So, man, make sure you go to all podcast platforms and download Trappin' Tuesdays, because he really works hard at that. Go to the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now network page, the one you on right now. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this to everybody. Go to the Wall Street Trapper page and share that, and also make sure you get your merch. I'm paying George too much money. He got to send them orders out, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all all have a good night. I will see y'all next week, same time, same place. Hold up, Jose. Next week is the debate, right? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think we might take next week off. It's the presidential debate. We need to tune into that. Huh? We need to tune into that. We need to tune into the presidential debate, bro. That is a big debate. I don't know about that. You want a watch party for the debate. Knock us off. Jose definitely ain't trying to hear that. He like, we been monetizing for too long for this, dog. So I don't know. We're going to think about it, Jose. I see how we feel about that, man. Because I want to tap in. You know, I'm interested to see, you know, how they both handle themselves under this type of, it's a big stage. The world is literally watching. And so I'm interested to see that. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all same time, same place next week, man. Salute.
you